14 defeats and counting. Tottenham 0, Manchester City 1. I thought that was pretty rubbish, to be honest. Really, really poor from Spurs. I just don't know what we were really trying to do. It was just such a mess, especially that first half. I mean, if it wasn't for some poor City finishing in that first half, they should have been out of sight. This is not a classic Manchester City team. They're not having one of their best seasons. They've still got some really good players, play some nice football at times. Their wingers always causing us problems through the whole first half. Died down in the second half. We kind of got to grips with it a bit. But that first half was, we're just so naive, we're so open. Gave City so many chances. They cut through us so many times. You know, I can remember, I think there's something like 4 big chances in that first half to City, and really they should have been out of sight. And when I look at that team from like a Spurs perspective, I mean, the forwards, we had, what was it, Tell up front, Johnson and Wilson, offered nothing. Let's be honest, in that first half, they offered nothing, very little. They just kind of got bullied off the ball. They weren't brave enough. Didn't see anything from Wilson in that first half. Tell didn't offer anything, and Johnson wasn't in the game. I mean, our midfield tried. They tried, but we just looked so naive, easy to play against. We were so open. And Manchester City didn't even look like they came out of third gear, to be honest, but they were leading and they should have been leading by more. I mean, looking at the starting lineup, we started Porro, which I thought was a mistake. You should have played Spence. Spencer's been in form. I'm not having this thing of resting it for next week as well. That's 8 days away. I'm not having that argument about resting players. Spence should have played. It would have been a better matchup for Doku. We even got done on the left though a few times, didn't we, in that first half? Bit of clever play from Savinho and Nunes on that side. Haaland missed a chance. Savinho missed a glaring chance. Vicario made a save or two. And I just was disappointed by our application. We just wasn't winning the 50-50s. Just didn't really look like we knew what we were doing in that first half. It was just kind of hit and hope, really. Second half comes along, a bit of an upturn in performance from us. They did push MANCITY in that second half. Why didn't they play like that in the first half? Like, we saw Wilson be a bit more direct. He had a couple of runs. We did have a couple of chances in that second half. Son had a shot well saved. Then that was a glaring miss from Sarr. Tell was almost through in goal, but it just couldn't get through. I think one of the defenders got back and cleared it out for a corner. You know, again, there was the nice flashes from Bergvall throughout the match. He's trying, he's taking on players, moving the ball, getting his body around. But it didn't really look like kind of clear idea what we were trying to do. Johnson offered very little. In the second half, there was a chance where he kind of bounced off his body and he ran past. I think it was Kovacic and put a good ball into Son, and Son's shot was saved. It was again a lot of huff and puff for Spurs in that second half, and yeah, a lot of fans will say, it was a game of two halves. Second half, Spurs dominated the ball and they really pushed City, and City had to defend well. We made a load of changes, didn't we? Son came on, Kulusevski went up front. Sarr came on. Spence came on, going on his unnatural side on the left for a doggy. The fans, they were getting behind the team to try and push for that equaliser. It just never happened, did it? It just never come. City hung in there. City had a goal disallowed late on as well. Haaland handball. It looked like a goal to me, to be honest. And as I said, it wasn't like a classic Manchester City side. It was a side which I felt we could have beaten, and we could have put in a better performance. 14 defeats now. That mini run of 3 wins in a row is over. It didn't last long, did it? Tricky fixtures coming up. At home to Bournemouth, away to Chelsea, away to Fulham. And we had a lot of players back today. A lot of options off the bench, could freshen it up. Second half, which Ange did. I mean, the decision to take off Maddison with 10 minutes to play and put on Werner was a disgrace, wasn't it, really? You need Maddison on the pitch. All he needs is one ball over the top or get on in the end of something to get the equaliser. Bad decision taking him off. Yeah, guys, this is a lot to say, really. It's just another defeat. It's to be expected. We came across a good team, and they punished us. They only got a goal, but they could have scored more. And there's not really much to say about it. It's I'm disappointed, of course. I thought, City is a team that we normally play well against and get results. But I just look at how we were set up, especially the first half. So open, so easy to get at. And this is just the theme in our team. It really is. It's just, poor performance after poor performance. And the thing is as well, it's like Romero, Van der Ven, they're not back yet. Let's just play them. Play one of them. I mean, I don't think Gray did a lot wrong today, but, where is Romero? Surely he should be playing, or Van der Ven. They're saving him for next week. We need him. We needed them to play. I'm not totally convinced that they're not ready. I think they are ready. I don't really know what it is and why they're not getting involved, or I don't think they're even on the bench. I don't think. Let's go and have a double check that now. No, they weren't on the bench. No. Guys, I don't know what else to say. Like, no game this weekend. We have a bit of break. We got the Maze game next week. Ange was talking in his press conference, kind of saying, Tell's not used to this amount of football and we need Solanke back, and making a little dig saying, City had Haaland, we miss Solanke. Reaching, and you're really reaching. Pretty crap performance. Did I expect better? Well, you all know how I feel about Spurs and Ange and this team. And that's all I have to say. There really is not much else to really say about this game. It's just another defeat. 13th in the league. Dropped down a space now. This kind of round of Premier League fixtures. And we move on to next week's Europa League game away from home against AZ. Guys, give us your comments. Give us your thoughts on the game. Were you impressed with the second half? It's hard to be impressed. Let's be real. If we had got something out of the game, a point at least, it would have been okay, fair play. But we didn't, did we? Didn't do enough. We didn't put any chances away. Huffed and puffed. And it was just another defeat. Good night, guys. Catch you all soon.